What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel for another episode of Hunting the Fish podcast. Today's video, I'm gonna try not to make a short one. I do have a lot of time before I have to go down and get the misses, but we're not gonna do the whole time that I got just on this video. Before we get started with the video, I do have a couple important announcements. For those of you who didn't watch last week's or the week before, next week, next Sunday, there may or may not be a video. My original plan, my original plan was to go out of town for the New York State Fair and spend the whole weekend out there. But unfortunately, those plans fell through yet again. And we are just going up next Saturday for the day to Syracuse. Hopefully still to the fair and also to the mall. Not sure what we're doing next Sunday, which is why I said I don't know if there's going to be a video next Sunday. But what I do know is that if I get the time to do a video, which I probably won't, I got a location already picked out. If I don't get to a video next week, I will return my series on September 1st. If I don't get to next week's location, then the video on September 1st will be that location, and then after that, we'll just go around with what nice weather we have remaining, and we will give you guys the rest of Tioga County. Now, unfortunately, I have to do this video, I guess you could say normally this week, because I forgot my headphones at the house. And I usually walk around with them in, just so that there's no like outside noise or anything and you guys can actually hear me. Excuse me. I'm gonna try to do this video as, how do I say, efficiently as possible. It's not a busy day out here where I'm at, but that doesn't mean that there's not going to be a lot of noise around while I'm out walking and telling you about the area that I'm in. I'm also hoping that I can dodge the oncoming rain that we're supposed to be getting later this afternoon and give you guys a better video than I did last week. Eventually, sometime before the end of summer, I do plan on going back out to Newark Valley and actually doing another video around the village, so that I can give you guys a proper video. Hopefully I can do the rest of the village. Last week I only did the train station, the trout pond, and that was it. And then I did a little bit of, I guess, the main road. One of the main roads, but there was so much more that I could have done. So with that being said, we're going to get to today's video. And just like a lot of the other places that I have, how do I say, come to, this area is significant to me because I had a godfather that lived out here, and when he was around, I'm pretty sure he's deceased by now, but when he lived out here, he would bring my brother and my mom and I out here to his house, and you know, we would spend some time with him. His name was Wally, and I didn't see much of him after about 2003 or 4 or 5. So it's a good almost 20 years. I'll have to ask my mom what actually happened to him, and hopefully she can let me know. The location that we are at today is the very, very minuscule village of Candor. Located in the town of Candor, obviously in Tioga County. The census of 2020 designated that the population was 781. So it is very, very, very small for a village. The village is also very, very small as far as size, because it is only 0.44 square miles, which isn't even a whole mile long. But what it does have is a ton of history. Everywhere you look is a little bit of history. And speaking of history, we're actually skipping ahead a little bit. I do apologize. Candor was founded, or it was settled in 1794. And in the 1800s, a fire burned most of the community. And the resulting community was the joining of Candor Corners and Candor Center, which I guess were locations back in the 18 and 1900s that merged together to form the village of Candor, and subsequently the town of Candor. For the purpose of not making this video too long, I'm just going to try to stick within the village. I might do a little bit of backtracking, just because of the fact that I don't really want to walk a lot. Unfortunately, I am hungry. I didn't think to get something to eat before I left the house. And, you know, I'm kind of tired. Obviously, I worked all day today. But we're just going to stick within the village. I'm going to show you guys, obviously, the area around me and what Candor has to offer to, not just me, but to its place in New York State and Tioga County as a whole. So this is the part where we start walking around. Sorry, I didn't mean to turn you away. Let me grab my keys out. Somebody comes by and steals my car. Not that I'd miss it. But it'd be a pretty long walk back to Owego. Now, for the purpose of this video, as I mentioned, I'm hoping I don't get wet like I did last week. I did bring my umbrella and my jacket, but hopefully I don't need either one. We are currently sitting in the parking lot of Moyer Park. Now, as much as I know about history, I know nothing about this park. I have been here one time since I moved to Owego and got myself a car. And it was about 2.5 years ago. And I don't even remember why I came here. What my purpose was, what I was doing out here. I'm pretty sure I was playing Pokemon Go. But it's actually a really nice park when you look around. It's pretty small. I mean, they got a little playground that is for kids 5 to 12 years with adult supervision. They got a pavilion over here that you can rent out for activities and stuff. And then over here, which we'll get to in a second, you have probably the biggest part of the park, the football field. As you can clearly see by the cones and the construction equipment, they are doing reservations to the park. This is actually the football field for the high school, which is actually right behind me. And if memory serves me correctly, I recently read an article that they are building a track for like running and jogging and stuff like that. I believe that is what they are doing. It's gonna go all the way around the football field, kind of like the one in Deposit. And the unique thing about this park, aside from the other things that I've mentioned, is the fact that this park actually has its own walking path. It also has these little kid things, which I think are adorable. And it has a water fountain, which I guarantee you does not work. We're gonna try it out. It's probably shut off for the, it's shut off for the year. But it's also got a spigot here. It's unique to this park because with it being so small, you wouldn't expect it to have something like that. But being as its close proximity to the school, excuse me, and the fact that the school kids, they have the football field here, and I think they have a baseball field over there, you kind of want it to have something, just so you can, just so you have something to do in the village. Granted, the last time I was out here, the village seemed to have a lot of its own stuff, and I can't say there is a lot to do out here. Like I said, I don't really know that much about Candor, except for, when I came out here with my godfather. But what I do know about Candor is it is historical, and like I said in the intro, it's pretty much etched out. It's never going to be a Wego. I can definitely tell you that. It's too small to be a Wego, but it does have its own place in history. Now, walking over, which I have also never done, it looks like they have ripped this up recently, and it looks like they are repaving it along with the football field. So it's kind of bumpy over here. And if we go over here by this tree, there is actually a memorial in honor of Chad Showers, the Candor mayor from 1996 to 2006. And then if we walk over here, there is actually another hidden path that is grassed, and somewhere in these trees you can actually see the creek, Catatonk Creek. Very beautiful. Let's see if I can get a little bit closer without falling in the water, because trust me, I don't want to go swimming today. Look at this beautiful water. They got a bridge. The creek goes up and down. Very nice. But we're gonna get out of here and get back on the actual walking path. I don't know what these trees are, so I'm trying to avoid them. And we're gonna start our journey walking around. There was a gentleman walking around here with a dog, and I am hoping to not necessarily avoid him, but not a fan of people in my video. So we're just gonna, you know, for privacy reasons, you don't want somebody walking up to you randomly being on a video and be like, oh, I got that person in the video. So if he happens to come by, we'll just pause the video for a second, and then you know, we'll continue at our leisure. Walking down a little bit, there is a fishing sign. It says, attention anglers, this water is home to wild native brook trout. The population is sustained without stocking. The brook trout population is currently depressed due to floods and droughts, non-native fish, and angler-induced mortality. Releasing brook trout will help the population regain its former abundance. Please consider using barbless hooks and minimize handling to help reduce incidental mortality. So basically what this is saying, give you guys a picture of it. It's a beautiful sign, by the way. Basically what this is saying is this is a fishing area, but it is unfortunately a catch and release. So if you fish down here and you catch something, they want you to put it back in the water so that it has time to breed and you know, catch more fish, or so that they have time to breed and have time to spawn more fish for you to catch, and so on and so forth. We got a nice little bench. Now, I personally am not a fan of this idea, because they got a bench here, but they got all this overgrown bush. You can't really see the creek. I think they should probably think about that, just so, you know, make it more naturized for the people that are walking around. And the guy is walking up to me with his dog, so I will be back very briefly. So he's walking the other direction, so I'm going to continue the video. Oh, 17 minutes already. So we are walking on the path. It's a very nice path, very naturey. Looks like recently they had plow come through, like I said, and do all this. This isn't terrible. I mean, got to keep up with the times. And like I said, they got the track. I'm guessing, because it's circular, is going to be the track. I'm honestly not sure when it will be completed. I am also not sure when it was started. And I'm also not sure when I will be back out here. For some reason, as much as I enjoy traveling, I don't get to go many places. A quick side story. Most of the places that I do that I've done or will be doing in my videos, they're all places that I've been to before, at least once or twice in the last 5 years. Unfortunately, for those places, I barely go to them for one reason or another. It's either for the fact that I'm working, the fact that I'm busy, the fact that I don't have the gas, the fact that I just don't want to. You get the idea. And it kind of pains me because, you know, I have all these places around me. And, you know, it's like a year or two after the first time that I've been to them that I go back. Perfect example, Candor. I've only been here twice since I got my car. Or I should say, I've only been here twice since I got a car. And this is only the third time I've been out here to Candor on my own. The first time was when Damien was a baby. The second time I came out here, I didn't even have Damien because the school was closed. And I came out here to play Pogo. And this is, like I said, this is pretty much the third time. Would I like to be able to go to all these places more often? I guess. I mean, not that it's an inconvenience for me. I mean, I have time to go to them. It's just whether or not I actually want to go to them or have the resources to actually go to them is the question. Here's a better view of the creek. I don't know where this cliff goes off, but look at that beautiful water. And it splits right over there, which is also pretty cool. Very, very cool. I think so. Coming around the backside of the football field, all of this is torn up. I won't show you that yet, because that'll kind of ruin the video. But love the sound of that rushing water, though. That's pretty. Candor 1 mile trail, quarter mile. Candor Coyotes. I guess that's their football team. Then again, when was the last time you heard anybody talk about Candor Coyotes? I didn't even know that was the name of their team, to be honest. They got some, looks to be like training equipment over here for their football players. Yeah, see, this is their baseball field, located in the back. And now that you think about it, it makes sense for them to have a park at the location of the school, because what else are you going to do with the land that is the school? Why not build a park? I mean, yes, it gives people an excuse to be on school grounds when school's not in session, but that's why you set like time rules and stuff. You know, park is open from dot to dot, you know, or something like that. And then, you know, you just keep track of it, or being as it's on the school property, you set up cameras. Can't really do anything if you're being watched. I mean, you can, but not sure people would be that stupid. But then again, I know a lot of stupid people, so it's an understatement and a half. Oh, let's see. Now, okay, I know I said I wasn't going to show you guys this because it would ruin the video, but I believe that the back side of this building, one of these buildings, I'm pretty sure is the elementary school, or the middle school at least. And I say that because of the fact that there is no way that this entire campus is just the high school. Because, as I mentioned in my video, or as I mentioned in the introduction, Candor only has a population of 781 as of the census, and there's no way that, I mean, obviously all those people aren't kids, but there's no way that they all go to just the elementary school or just the high school. As a matter of fact, looking over there, that is either the fire station or the other part of the school. I'm not sure. Probably won't make it all the way over there, because it looks like it's getting kind of hazy and looks like it's going to start doing something here shortly, which I hope to God it doesn't, because that would just make me mad. Over here, walking around somewhere, we got another baseball field, which is convenient because why wouldn't you have two baseball fields in a park? Oh yeah, and we also have the lone basketball hoop. Pretty cool, I guess. It's weird though, because this baseball field looks like it's not attended to. But then again, there's another baseball field over there that looks like it's attended to. Why do they have 3 baseball fields? Lord only knows. That walking trail actually goes around, and then it goes out the back side of the, I guess the back side of the road or such. I don't know what these things are. I would guess they are some kind of equipment. Looks like they got a soccer field over here. They got another playground out in the distance, a bigger playground than the first one. And I got another playground out there. Now let's just think about it. Let's see. Trail closed when school is in session, 7:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Okay. Now that I think about it, being on this trail actually reminds me of the park out in Maine, because the park out in Maine that I did my video at was at the Maine Memorial School, and that one actually has 3 playgrounds in the same area, and it also is the Maine elementary school, which is pretty convenient. Which is also ironic because Maine also doesn't have a lot of people, and you know, it's just, I guess it's convenient for the people. I mean, around here you see that there are plenty of houses, you know, with people varying ages, some older and younger, and there's some kids around, so you definitely want them to be able to go somewhere, obviously, so that they can get some kind of education. I do want to apologize if I start tripping over my words. I don't know why that's happening. It's been happening quite a bit lately. Over here, we have a business called the Federal Safety Equipment. I have heard of those guys. I guess they do fire suppression, sales, and services. It's pretty cool. Actually, this road right here looks like it was recently paved, which is also very cool. Because for as small of a village as this place is, you wouldn't think that it gets a lot of, how do I say, I don't want to be rude when I say this, but it doesn't get a lot of attention in both, you know, senses of the word. Like in the good and it doesn't get a lot of attention, but it doesn't get a lot of attention. So that's nice that they, you know, took care of this road and, you know, paved it for the residents, we'll say. Looking around out here, there's a lot of really nice houses. I mean, yeah, this one here that I just walked by, there's this one. Looks very, very well kept. We got this one right here that's got a thing on it that says the 1882 house. I wonder if there's some historical significance to that place. There's this house over here, which doesn't look like it's in terrible shape. There's this house that looks pretty nice. There's a sign on it that says, "Welcome to the porch where wasting time is time well wasted." I like that quote. Maybe I'll get it when I get a house of my own. I will be honest, I have no idea what street I'm on. There actually is a street sign up here that we're probably gonna walk right up to at some point. Like I said, a lot of nicer than usual houses. Some cases it makes me wonder what these people do that, you know, they can afford a house like that and I can't. Especially this 2-car garage with an extra 3 parking spaces. Ginormous house. Backyard. Lots of yard space. Like, I don't know. Are you just bulletproof? Are you bulletproof or just stupid? I like that sign too. Yeah, I wonder, you know, like I said, what do these people do that, or what did they do that allows them to get a kind of place like this? Because that right there is a really nice house, and you can tell it's a house too, because there's one single mailbox for a whole house. What do you people do? And what am I not doing? Unbelievable. Anywho, yeah, that house looks like it's got a historical name on it. Let's see if I can read it from here. Jerome Thompson, circa 1840. Maybe that's where somebody famous lived at one time. This house over here looks like it's empty. I wonder why it's not listed on the market or anything. Maybe it is, I just haven't seen it. Up here we got the Candor Congregational Church, established in 1808. Pastor Melvin Foster. More of those beautiful stained windows that I absolutely love. And of course the beautiful architecture. And of course, what do we got here? Candor Congregational Church, first church organized in Candor, 1808. Incorporated as the Farmington Society, meetings held in homes as early as 1796. Current building, cornerstone, placed 1867. Very nice, very nice. Some more. And of course you got a funeral home across the street, natural with a place like this. Because you got the St. Monroe and Fahey Funeral Home, which ironically is the same funeral home that's down in Owego. Over here, you've got the Village of Candor, Huck Municipal Center, which houses the Village Hall and the Candor Free Library. This is the Winston S. Ives Hall, who served for 38 years from 1944 to 1982. I'm guessing that is the village clerk, and the backside is the library, which I'm pretty sure library card works for this library. But because of the fact that I never come out here, I don't think I'd ever need to check out that library. There's a doggy standing over there in the corner. It's kind of looking at me. Hi, puppy. Let's see. Said you got some more historical houses. Oh, look. This is a pretty historical house. I mean, I guess it's a house. It is the Candor Animal Care. Not sure if it's still like a care, like an animal care place, but it looks like it. But I like it because it's got those, but it's got those really awesome pillars. And those pillars are back from like the 1800s. You don't see a lot of those anymore. That's how you know a place like this is historic, is because it's still got those pillars. Nowadays, you just see like, you know, like actual beams and stuff, instead of, you know, those white pillars. Which way do I want to go? I want to go this way, that way. Either way I go, I'll probably come back. Well, we go, and then Spencer. I guess we're gonna go down this way. Would love to know who owns that. They probably inherited it from a family member or something. Anyway, we'll cover that side when we come back through. Just because. Got a guy mowing his grass. Good thing to do on a pleasant Sunday afternoon. Nice of them to stop for me. I mean, they usually do that. Oh my God, that's a cow. There's actually a freaking cow in the village. I guess they have a farm. Look at the cow. Oh, wait, is that one or two? No, that's one cow. There's one cow. That's pretty cool. See, you got the, well, like I said, we'll get to, oh, I didn't even show. Look at the cow. That's a cow in the village. That's awesome. Yeah, this place is kind of like, I can't say it's a farming village, but it's pretty farmy because of the fact that there's a frickin' cow in the village, which is cool. Let's see. Like I said, we'll get to that guy, not that guy. I'm not gonna do any people. We'll get to that side of the river. Or, Jesus Christ, wake up. We will get to that side when we turn back around and go to the other side. I feel like this video actually is going to be longer than I want it to, but that's okay because it's only 4:30. As long as I'm back to the car by like 5:30, then we should be good. So if my sense of direction is correct, this creek here is the exact same creek that actually goes around the park, Moyer Park that I was just in. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Lots of shrubbery, lots of bushes, very scenic view. And of course I like how it splits in half at one point and then rejoins in the middle. Coming up here on my left is the other gas station in the area, the Candor Dandy. Obviously this is their parking lot. It's nice that they got a patio where you can actually go out and eat food. I guess they get a lot of out-of-towners to come into the gas station, or yeah, that come into the gas station, and you know, like a lot of travelers and stuff like that. People who aren't from the village, or you know, just going out of town or coming into town or whatever. It's a nice little place. Looks like it was recently renovated to look better, maybe. I don't know. And I think this is the part where we're going to turn and head back across the bridge, and then we're gonna go right, and then we're gonna go left, and then we are going to see where else, you know, we can explore. Now, for the purpose of keeping this video interesting, and also because I don't feel like walking all over Candor, I'm gonna show you guys pretty much the left and right of the area, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about you know, what else is around in both directions. So if we go to the left, and you head out that way, is Ithaca, which I believe is like 13 miles up that road. I'm not sure what side of Ithaca that is. I'm pretty sure it's the west side of Ithaca. And then there's actually a sign over across the street for a place called the A. McCormick Center. I'm not even sure what that is, but apparently it's 7 miles that way. Would I ever go there? Probably, if I ever stop being lazy. I'm just kidding, I'm not lazy. I don't know what it's for. I don't know what it's like, what it is, but as you can see, there's a sign for Owego that's 12 miles. So I'm 12 miles away from home. But that would actually be a pretty fun walk, although sarcastically, of course. If you head back down to the right, though, you see you got a lot of things like outside the village. You have what do you have? You have the Home Central in Candor. You have the Route 96 Power and Paddle, Husqvarna, you know, other, what would you call it? Other not hardware store, but it would be a store, I guess you have. And of course you have a Dollar General, which literally those are freaking everywhere. So we're actually going to go back. We're going to go back across the bridge, and then we're pretty much going to do the same thing a little bit. We're going to go to the right, and then we're going to go to the left, and maybe I'll circle around again and you know, do another, like, do a walk around of that side of Candor. For being a village that is so small, when you're walking it, it feels like it's bigger than it actually is. And I only say that because I've been walking for about 10 minutes and I've pretty much, you know, covered the village as far as walking distance. But at the same time, I'm still in Candor, but I'm in the town of Candor. So I guess it still counts. I mean, my goal was to give you guys information about like the villages and the towns if I couldn't do the villages, but I guess I could do both. Only because like when I did Owego, Owego was in the town of Owego, Nichols was in the town of Nichols, Candor's in the town of Candor, and so on and so forth. You know, that's what you kind of do, you know, when you have a place like this. Speaking of places like this, as you guys can hear, there's a waterfall next to me, and obviously I'm going to show it to you guys. Look at that beautiful waterfall. Rushing water like nobody's business. Excuse me. There's actually a marker down here, and I am 99.991% positive that this waterfall is not here by accident. And the reason I say that is because look at the wall. That wall looks like it was naturally built. But for what reason? As I mentioned, there's a historical marker up here. So we're going to go up and we're going to read this historical marker, and we're going to learn a little bit more about this particular area. The sign says, Upper Mill Pond, considered one of the best water privileges in Tioga, site of a tannery and sawmill complex, and the original site of Jesse and Ogden Smith's 1834 brick grist mill. So once upon a time, there was a mill on this land somewhere. But where? I mean, maybe if you go down to the Historical Society, you might be able to find it. But who knows? You got a place over here, which I guess is the local tavern, called the Double Down, established in 2023. So this place is actually, I wouldn't say it's new, but it's definitely not old. It's only been here for a year, but I'll have to put this place on my to-do list. I mean, guessing that it's a bar and a grill, they got food. So who doesn't like places that have food? I know I do. I love going to places that got food. Sounds like they got music playing in there too, which is even better. Doesn't look like there's anything down there except for houses, which I think I'll pass on that. We have a... Oh, I didn't even show you guys. This is the Double Down. Like I said, it was established in 2023, so it's relatively new. Right next to it is looks like a former motor vehicle shop. Not even sure what it's called. Keith something. Motorcycle inspection, motor vehicle repair shop. So basically a jack of all trades of motor vehicles. That looks pretty nice. Doesn't look like it's in business anymore, but you know, and it happens with the times and stuff. Another house over here. This does look like a house, and I only say that because there's only one mailbox. If it was an apartment, there'd be two. That is a nice house because there's a playground in the backyard, there's a pool, there's a deck. What do those people do that they can get that? Just throwing it out there. This actually looks like an apartment building because there's one apartment there, and then one apartment here, and I think that's a garage. And this says Memorial Burt LaGrange. I don't know what that means, but like I said, this looks like it used to be a garage of some kind. This looks like it used to be not a convenience store, a hardware store, which is weird because now that I think about it, and I only know this because I worked there, but apparently the Home Central in Candor used to be somewhere else, and I think this used to be it. I could be wrong. I would have to ask, but we aren't going to do that obviously because I'm not at work. So let's see. I'm not sure what this building is. It looks like, I want to say an apartment complex, or used to be a building at some point. Again, if I go to the Historical Society, I could learn all about that. It's got a nice back to it. Oh, it says apartment parking only. It doesn't mean I can't learn about it. This looks like a nice place, sarcastically. Sounds like a nice place too. Another nice house and another nice house. This is Route 90 that I'm walking down, and it's weird because if you go down this way, you actually hit Spencer, which may or may not be one of my next videos. Hint, hint. I think that sign back there said it's 8 miles to Spencer from this road. You can also get to Spencer by going down 17C and then turning down Halsey Valley Road, and you can actually go into the back side. Well, I wouldn't call that the back side, I'd call it the front side of Candor, or not Candor, Spencer. Down Down there, it looks like there's another park. I think I've gone past that park before when I went to Spencer, but I don't remember what park it is. That looks like a pretty old house, but it also looks like an apartment building. I mean, it makes sense. I don't think anybody could afford to own that big of a house. I mean, maybe they do, but what do I know? I apologize if I got that girl's feet in the video. Not sure why my camera... Oh, let's see. We're coming up here to the four corner, well, the fork, I guess you could call it. The split of 96 and 96B in the village. And there's yet another sign that says Owego, which is weird because I'm pretty sure there's no way that it's 1 mile from that sign to that sign. I would be very, very shocked if it was. Now I feel like I'm missing quite a bit of stuff in this village, but at the same time I don't think I do, or I don't think I am. Maybe I'm not, but I guess we'll see. Doggy hanging its head out the window. It was pretty cute. Covered all of this before we went down the road. Yeah, sitting on this porch reading. Dude. See. There's a lady hanging her plants. Should ask that lady what she does that she can afford that house. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. Oh look, I can actually read that name now. The White House that I passed earlier, this one right here. It says Jerome Thompson, circa 1840. Wonder if it's the same person that lives there. Like not, but maybe it's like his family or something. It's a really nice house. Looks like it was pretty historical. I'm walking in Candor. Whoa. Walking in Candor. Oh, this is the part that I didn't get to because I came off of that street. Kinney Street. The name of that one. That house looks like it's seen better days. People hanging out on their porch. This doggy. I'll tell you what. For a very, very lowly, is lowly a word? For a very, very lowly populated village, this place has got some really, really nice houses, which is shocking. I mean, a place like this, you wouldn't expect to look so nice. Now, I just noticed something that has piqued my interest. And I'm gonna wander down the street, which is Rich Street. Nice name for a street. And I'm gonna find out what the problem is. Not that there's any problem down here, but that house looks like it was gutted for some reason. Either that or it's meant to look like that. This Place looks like it was gutted or something. Maybe it's a storage shed. But this, oh, it's an old mill. And guess what name is on it? Ward and Vanscoy. I didn't even know that out here for Ward and Vanscoy. At the this is the Department of Public Works. Okay, that makes a little bit of sense because there's a lot of plumbing stuff down here. But this looks like an old train depot, if we're being perfectly honest. Smith Street. I think I should probably get out of the road before I get ran over. Let's see. It's a nice, quiet area. Look at this old. Like, tell me that doesn't look like a train depot. Maybe once upon a time it was. Another thing I'd have to put on my to-do list. That road down there actually goes to the back of the other side of the thing. But I don't feel like walking down there because I don't feel like there's anything down there. So we're just going to actually just going to walk back. So freaking quiet. God, do you hear that? Exactly. There's literally nothing. I love it when an area is so quiet. Like you could, you could actually be content out here. And Candor is one of those places. Oh, look, they got a Home Central sticker. Wonder where that got that from. Candor is actually one of those villages that you never hear about, like, bad in the news or anything. You know, like, you don't hear people getting stabbed, you don't hear people getting shot, you don't hear about drug busts or anything like that. Probably because the village is so well maintained. As a matter of fact, I don't even think I've seen a police station out here, which I don't think that's a good thing. But then again, it kind of makes sense. Because if there's nothing out here, why would you need a police station? Then again, I think there is one. I just don't know where it is. But that's okay. Nice house. It's blue. It's my favorite color. Nice white house. It's got a barn attached to it. Looks like an old schoolhouse as well. The McGavins. Do not pet the fluffy dogs. I'm pretty sure those are not fluffy dogs, because those fluffy dogs will decapitate you. Look at this house. This is actually really amazing. That door looks like it's 1800 style, and so does the rest of the house. That's pretty cool. I like that. Look at a house like that. That house looks historic too. Everything looks historic. Just don't tell anybody. This house doesn't look as historic, but it still looks pretty. I like that house. It's a nice house. The house looks nice too. I used to have a friend. Obviously, I say that pretty loosely, but I used to have a friend that lived in Deposit that had a house like that. Her mom actually owned it, and there was actually 3 floors to the house. She was upstairs, and she basically had like her own area of everything, and then she had another thing on top where she just had like a balcony, but from what she was telling me, she never used it because I guess it was blocked in her room or something, which is understandable. But that type of house, That's a pretty cool type of house. Let's see what we got down here. Got another building where a couple just came out of. Pretty nice. An old truck. That looks like it was something at some point. Don't know what, but that's okay. More nice houses down there. I gotta sneeze. This looks like it used to be a convenience store of some kind. Or a barber shop. Or something, like some kind of office. I don't know. Best not to ask. Let's see. Another nice house with a playground in the backyard. Frontier office. Don't like those guys. They charge way too much for their services. We used to have them when we were out in Shenango Forks because they were the only thing that they were the only company that we could get to come out there, and it was it's not good. We have the Main Street. Yeah, show you guys some side. We have the Main Street Liquor Shop, which you can probably guess what that's for. We have the Serenity Body Works, which I'm pretty sure is like a spa or something, which is cool. They're closed on Sundays, which I guess is okay. Over here you got what looks like an apartment building or something. He was sitting in the couch. Oh, that actually looks like a house. What is that? Brewed Awakening? Oh, they got a coffee shop out here. Cool. Gonna have to put that on my to-do list of places to check out. Cafe Mocha Vodka Valium Latte to go. Very nice, very nice. Closed Sundays, open Monday through Friday. They're only open till 1 and 12. Okay, that makes sense. Let's see what else we got over here. We got the 5 Pizzeria and Event Center. That actually looks like it's pretty new. Like recently, what's the word I want to say? Recently done? Like, I don't know. It looks like they're only open Friday, Saturday. Nope, they're only open Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Must not be great for, I don't know, great for business? Is that what I want to say? That place looks like it's seen better days. It's got a building permit in the window. And of course there's the game shop, which I'm not even sure, because I remember that the last time I was out here. And then they got a hair studio. I'm not even sure if the game shop is open. Looks like they are, but that's cool. They got a game shop right in town, like a comic book store, board game, anime, stuff like that. Oh, where did that go? Am I gonna circle back around or not? Probably not. Okay, we're gonna go across the street real quick. Don't worry, we're not going in any places because I would hate to have to pause my video again just to, you know what, maybe I will. See if they're even open first. Be right back, guys. So yeah, I just looked through the window of that place and it's got like, you know, like I said, card games, Warhammer, collectibles, stuff like that. All kind of stuff you'd expect in a comic book store, I guess. Now here is the reason that I didn't want to do like circle around the video in the beginning, because this is the site of the Candor Free Academy. And the sign says, built in 1868 under New York State Union free law, the academy burnt to the ground in 1909, was rebuilt and opened in 1810 as the Candor High School grades 1 through 12. and then it was centralized in 1936, and the elementary school was added in 1955. So, from my previous comment, this is the high school, middle school, and elementary school all in the same building. Now, what I love, and I will say that not loosely, I absolutely love this place. Looks like a freaking military facility. And I guess it makes sense because you have varying, I guess you could say, varying degrees of grades in one building. So you kind of have to give it a look that goes with, you know, what, you have to give it a feel to what you're going for. You have an academy, as it's so graciously called, and it looks like an academy. Granted, it looks like a freaking military academy, but to each their own, I guess. Over here, right, we have the Tioga State Bank Candor office, which I am pretty sure is the only bank in. Ironic that it's this one, because I figured it probably would have been like a Visions or an NBT or something like that, but I guess not. Let's see, what else have we got that's good out here? Pretty much nothing. September 1st is the first day of, or September 5th is the first day of school. Nobody cares. I like their architecture. Look at that. That is hot. I think I'm gonna go down. They got a food pantry and a children's closet there. Nice little barn, I guess. Hold on a second. Over here you got the Candor Post Office. Very nice building. And also next to it, you have the Candor Emergency Squad, which is convenient because I guess if there was a, what would I say? If there was a, sorry, if there was a police office, see what I did there? Out here, it would probably be in that building, but I don't think there is. Exercise and extra french fries sound alike. That's not funny. Over here, we got this little place. I don't know if this is at Park, but it's called Hall Park. It was established in 1958, and I don't really see the park part. I mean, I guess they have a gazebo, so I guess that's constitute a park. I'll walk down a little bit more, and then we will circle back across the bridge again and go back to the car. It's 5:05. Over here we have the UHS Primary Care, which is oddly convenient because it's literally a doctor's office located next to the emergency squad in the parking lot of the high school. Does anybody else see what's wrong? I don't. We're gonna go across the street real quick and we're going to read you this historical marker because I absolutely love those things because you learn something new every day. This sign says the Lower Mill Pond and Dam, site of early 1800s Losi Woolen Mill, site of late 1800s Barriger Blanket Factory, site of 1923 Candor Shoe Factory. Historic dam was removed in 2005. Yummy. So basically all of that was on this site. All of that was on this site. Interesting. So they had a mill or a blanket factory and a shoe factory on the same site as a school. I guess that's, you know, oddly specific. Look at this. This is beautiful. There's that, and there's that. That's nice. If you ask me, it is. Anyway. Little shop over there in the corner, over there, that looks like an old garage that says Kelly's Tires, or Kelly Tires. Not sure what that even means, but I think it has something to do with a repair shop of some kind. Quickcrete, concrete walls and flat brick. Not sure what that means. It's like an old barn. I'll be honest with you, that old barn looks like it used to be a fire station. This is the local laundromat, which is known as Quick's Laundromat. Actually, it looks pretty nice in there. Then again, gotta come do your laundry somewhere. Got the village chapel. Smells like laundry. Not sure what this building is over here, but I guarantee you if you go to the Historical Society, you can learn a lot about that too. I'm gonna do that sometime. Oh, speaking of the Historical Society, this is actually where I'm at right now, is the Candor History Center, aka the Candor Historical Society. And it says, Candor's history, past, present, future, depends on you. And there is another historical marker that says, Candor Grange Hall, original site of Tucker's Store, 1897. Deeded to Candor Grange, number 1466 in 1925. Candor Grange organized 1874 as number 203, reorganized 1907. I have no idea what those mean. Deeded to Candor Historical Society, April 18th, 2016. So this used to be a store. I'm not sure what the Candor Grange means about it, but I don't know. It's obviously a historical marker. I'm not sure. They're only open Mondays, 9 a.m. to 12. And that would never work out because I work Mondays. Funny. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Looks like a pretty decent house. There's a church up here, which surprisingly, this place actually has quite a few churches for a tiny little village. And speaking of tiny little, it looks like this place has got a marker on it as well. Oh, that's neat. So before we get to the historical marker, I'm going to show you guys. That is the bell tower. And I actually just read the sign a little bit ahead. And now we're going to go over and read the sign. It says, St. Mark's Episcopal Church, organized 1832, church completed 1837. Bell tower removed and placed at ground level in 1994. Houses an 1867 John G. Marklev organ, purchased in 1920s. Placed on organ Historical Society record in 1975. That is cool. It's nice. Very, very nice church. Old. I mean, it was done almost 200 years ago, so obviously it's old. There's a lady sitting on her porch reading. Hello. Sorry, it's being weird. This looks like a nice little house. Never dreamed I would be a super cool coach. Like I said, there's a lot of nice houses out here. It's odd that, you know, a place like this is so small. I feel like it could be a lot bigger, especially if, now, there is, I can't call it a village because obviously it's not, but there's another hamlet right down the road that is the hamlet of Catatonk. And it is basically the area before you get into the village of Candor. If they would merge the two, maybe this place would be a little bit bigger, but for whatever reason they just decided not to. I guess Catatonk's got its own history, which obviously I know nothing about. Last but not least, we have the Mirabito gas station, the other gas station in the village. Pretty cheap gas, $3.53. Of course, you could use your Mirabito points here and get some discounts on gas. And yeah, it's pretty much it for the tour. And now we're just going to walk back, do our closing statements. So yeah, that's pretty much all I've got for you guys for the village of Candor. Like I said in the beginning and throughout the video, a lot of beautiful houses. Kind of makes me wonder what these people do to afford the houses that they have, or what they did. Most of them are probably retired from like a, you know, multi-$1,000 paying job. Kind of like this house right here. You have to be some kind of fancy person, or either you probably inherited a house like this, because I don't think anybody would ever afford a house like this. I know I wouldn't in quite a few years. But other than that, you know, like I said, they got a lot of very artistically historic and very significantly historic houses out here in Candor. And yeah, if I didn't ever want to move out of Owego, or if I didn't have a choice, I might actually pick this place to move to. This place is nice too. Look at this place. Has got its own, it's got 2 porches. Two porches. And it's got a backyard with a pool. What the heck? And a gazebo. They got a soccer field. They got a pool. Like, what the Christ? And you got this place. Looks equally impressive, but has no front steps. Like, what am I missing in my life that I can't have this? Such is life. And this house here, this house screams, I'm historic.
how did the people afford it? And then again, it doesn't look like there's anybody that lives there, probably for a good reason. Maybe it's the rectory for the church or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you guys. These last couple minutes, which I'm probably not gonna do in the video itself, are just gonna be me walking back to my car and then going on to my other destination, and pretty much, you know, enjoying the drive. Over here's the village chapel, which I guess is the other part of the church. I feel like this building at some point was part of the church. Maybe. But I'd have to get up to the Historical Society and find out. But I'm gonna end this video, ladies and gentlemen, and I am going to say I will see you on the next trip to the pond.